Good morning, Dimsdale.
And then the father says the aristocrats.
Mr. Dimsdale.
Welcome, guys, to
You see that, Jimbo?
I think, quite honestly, the earliest
It's a duck.
episode. David would stop fucking interrupting me. Earliest episode, I think, in our entire series' history. And it, believe it or not, is the 69th episode!
I expected air horns that time. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't have an air horn sound.
Same
I used
vibe,
to.
though. Same vibe.
Alrighty.
Yes, so we have a guest. We have a guest today. Guys.
Hello.
He's gonna introduce himself, and then he's also gonna
She's gonna
introduce
introduce
jump through hoops.
herself in the way that she do, in the way that she be.
And then David will spread
is
his cheeks in front
The
of the camera
return. I'm not going to do that.
for the Patreon.
Oh,
Hey guys,
why
by the
not?
way, we have a Patreon.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We literally don't. That was started for
Subscribe to Patreon for the exclusive cheek shot.
That was started for
calendar.
fucking.
Go grab it, guys.
Fun little fact about Patreon. I think we talked about last episode is that Patreon actually started as a means for sex workers to put themselves out there, and then when it got popular off sex workers, they abandoned them. They pulled a 2021 OnlyFans reversed because OnlyFans didn't wind up doing it.
And for me, like, that entire era kind of just like went right by me, because all I just saw, because like I wasn't even looking for those like around that time. Like I still am not now, but like around that time when I saw a lot of YouTubers starting to kind of like put up their Patreons like at the end of their videos, I was like, oh, okay, like that's cool. It just happened out of nowhere for me. Like I think some guys that I was watching before, like just like out of nowhere, was just like, oh yeah, and guys, if you want to support me, like go and subscribe to my Patreon. It just happened like just out of nowhere. I didn't predict it like at all.
Yeah, okay. No, that's important, as well as the time frame that we are recording this right now, since the podcast comes out at noon every Friday, and the people listening could have no fucking idea, that it actually is early morning that we're recording. Thanks for wasting about a minute and a half with that information, Dennis. And now, if you're done being so Asian, real quick, I'm gonna fucking introduce the. Wait.
I'm just gonna turn off my camera.
No, actually, real shit. Don't do that, because that actually fucks up the audio recording.
Yeah, exactly. Don't fuck with me.
Okay,
Don't
welcome
fuck
to the
with
Double
me.
D. Welcome to the Double D experience.
I run this
Sometimes
business.
sometimes Bandy, sometimes Pat, but always she, her.
Hello.
Whoa.
Yeah, we have Bandipat on the show. Bandy, how you doing? How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, are you
tired,
sure?
Yeah, sorry that we had to
Am I-
drag you out here like at 10:30 in the morning.
To the
I'm
dritches.
always tired. That's my secret.
That's my secret cap. All right, so
I'm always horny.
this is a returning guest that we've actually had on the show. The last time we had Bandy on the show, we talked to her about fucking. What did we talk to you about? We talked to you about Crash.
We didn't talk about fucking.
No, we didn't talk about fucking.
Talking, though.
Don't talk to me about. Dude, there was someone at my work recently who has such a problem with swearing, and I'm like, you're not my dad. Don't tell me how
Is
to talk.
this person older than you?
Like 78, yeah.
He's 78.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This guy probably went through the fucking Korean War, and you're telling me that he has a problem with swearing?
Dude, he's from a different generation, my man. It's like he made a whole big debacle about
watched-
it in the spot.
I watched Band of Brothers. I know how them people back then used to talk.
The only band I watch is Bandipat.
Aw.
That's the only one about the Fresh Prince of Ball Hairs, according to her. So that's what we got going on the name. So, Bandy, let's do a quick refresher, just for the people who, the new fans of the show, and the people who weren't around to hear you the last time that you were here, because you were the last guest we had on the show for a long-ass time. Until very recently, actually, about a month ago, we had our good friend Jessica Rotundi on the show. That was the first guest we had on since God knows when, and now you're the third guest we've had on this month.
Sweet.
Actually, so yeah, we're trying to have a lot more. We're trying to have a lot more guests, Morty. And so honestly, what have you been up to? Tell us about yourself. You've been doing some drum streams recently, I've noticed.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of become the focus of my Twitch at this point. Just playing drums more so than playing games.
Okay, then.
Um,
All right, then let me ask.
Now, when you hit on the drum, do you use your? do you hit these drums when you play them?
All right, we're gonna ignore David's stupid question. We're gonna ignore a stupid ass question.
Are you trying to find reasons to cancel me? Is that what you're doing?
But Mandy, I actually have like a legitimate question. Speaking of drums, at least, and like at least even just picking up an instrument, like in general. Like, when did you pick it up? Like, when did you, like, when you were a kid, like, was when you kind of, like, started playing drums? Like, did you just recently get into it? Like, I'm curious.
I've always had a fascination with the instrument since I was at least 4.
4, wow.
Because some of my earliest memories involve being excited to go to church with my dad only because he was the bassist. And I got to play the drums after the session.
Oh,
okay.
So you got to rock the Jesus house.
Yeah.
Yeah, after everyone left,
And
though.
I didn't actually start learning to play until like 2019 when I went to Guitar Center, sat behind a kit, and something clicked.
Ooh. I
You
like
chose
that. I like
violence
that.
that day.
Yeah.
And then these happened.
Oh, look at
those-
those. Oh, you can't see those, everybody, but me and these can.
Those are the electric ones, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh, wow.
are they any different from like an actual like legitimate? Like, I guess I'm not really delegitimizing an electric drum kit, but like, are they any different from like a I guess like an ordinary one?
They're you could say they're different in the sense that a keyboard is different from a grand piano.
Okay. And
That makes sense.
like
yeah.
impact wise and everything, like, is it still like kind of like you still kind of like just fucking go wailing at it, like, you know, and
Yeah.
everything?
They're
Okay,
meant to
okay.
take a beating.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, because like that was always one thing that I was always curious about, like electric instruments. Like, and I'm not like a music guy at all, but like a lot of things like interest me. And I've seen like electric violins, and I always also thought that those were very peculiar because like when I first saw one, I almost didn't believe that they even existed, because it's just like a hollowed out violin with just the strings like on the from the beginning to end of it. And it's just like this metal frame that they just like put the wires on and everything. And obviously, like, you know, keyboards, everyone knows those as well. But like, I always did notice like there was always a shift of like, especially if kids were like classically trained, they always shift over from like, let's say like a grand piano, then afterwards like to a keyboard. And I was just like, as like, let's say a drummer now, since you've been a drummer for the last like, I guess 3 years at this point, like, would you ever go back to like an ordinary kit? I honestly think, personally for me, if I was you, I'd probably say no, just because of the fact that like ordinary kits take so much, like if you have to move this shit around, that's like 5 pieces that you have to pick up, put in a case, and then you have to like get that shit out there. Like that's already like half your van covered.
Is it like having sex with that special someone, or like someone that's just so unbelievably hot, and then you just fuck someone else like a few months later, and you're just like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like you're not. Is it that? Is it like gaming on a 3080, and then like you try to like, then like it craps out on you, and you have to like plug in your shitty little fucking 1060 that you have like on the leaning on the top shelf of your closet, just so you can have a display on your monitor, and then you can't even run fucking Among Us.
Or
That's how
Roblox.
shitty the card is.
Or Roblox.
That's how shitty like my gaming PC can't run Among Us.
That depends entirely on who you ask, because there are some like uptight brand elitists out there who will
sure.
There's
publicly
always those.
crucify
There's always
you
those.
for even thinking about playing an electric kit.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my! I
Have
mean,
those
that
people
elitism
had
exists
sex
everywhere. It does exist everywhere, though. Like I can't be surprised by that. But I mean,
But I'd go acoustic if I had the money and the space.
yeah, exactly.
Like-
'Cause they're
Yeah.
huge. Like I've seen like people's basements, just like there's one corner, all dedicated to just that one guy's kit, and it's just
Oh,
like a
yeah.
good section of the corner that's all like just for the kit. Even has like his computer on there and everything. Like I've even seen like streamers a few times who've done like song requests and stuff like thing on Twitch. Like their kit, like it's honestly like I've been to church plenty of times as like a good Korean boy, and there's so many times where like I would see like a drum kit, and like from, I guess, you know, because I've seen like Whiplash and a few other movies where like it's strictly about like
That
just
is my
the drummers.
favorite movie.
Okay, I want to ask you a few things about that movie, but like, okay, later on. But
Okay.
when it comes to like at least like the kits and everything,
Such
it's
a
still like
curly-headed fruit fuck, Dennis.
like it's it's still kind of like it is honestly like up there with the piano as to like being like the biggest fucking instrument like in anyone's like, let's say like ensemble or whatever. And I would honestly prefer like it just because like I like things a bit more not like streamlined, but I guess like just more convenient. Like electric kits definitely just like, oh, I could just pick this thing up and like just probably like move it somewhere without having to put the fucking thing in a case. Cause like an acoustic kit is like big fucking like pieces that you don't like, you know, lug around and shit. And
yeah, I used to help my ex move that for like her orchestra, like on Sundays back in the day. Like just like I used to just help her move them to the car and stuff like that. It's just like you just shove everything else in their little cases one at a time. Everything fits. It's like putting together a little puzzle or whatever. But then it's like, you know, just like for the drums and percussion is just so important. As Bandipat is an experienced musician, she would know. It's you have to do all that just to move one. And how that does that put that big of a strain on you? Like, is there any difference of moving like an electric kit or whatever, or do you just never really move yours? Is yours just pretty stationary?
I've only moved it when I moved from one apartment to another.
Right.
And it is still, it's probably not as much work as an acoustic kit, but there is still a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of wires also, like you have to like plug
there's
in.
a lot of wires.
Yeah.
You got to take all the pads off the rack and fold it up. And
well,
they do make, like, you can get, if you want to go like, I think the cheapest kits you can get are just a few $100s. Those are generally really small, so they can just be folded up as
Wait,
is.
like,
wow, really?
I was like thinking like Fisher Price, like what the fuck? Like I usually think like drum kits are like always in like the grand territory, no matter what. Like especially if you're getting like a full kit.
Oh yeah, I paid like $2,000 for this one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant.
You could go all out. You could get something like a Roland TD50 or something like that with actual acoustic shells.
And that's like top of the line?
That looks like the real deal. They're like $7,000-8,000.
Fucking hell.
That's more than I make in a lifetime.
That's like a Honda Civic right
More
there.
than I make. It's more than I've made in them. Yeah.
More than I make. Yeah. Like a decent used Honda Civic from like the early 2000s, which is honestly still a good car no matter what. But it's like, fucking hell though. Damn. And like, I know I've seen like, I'm actually like kind of interested, like not in drums, but at least like just in the way that some people would like kind of shell out money for like, especially like depending on like what their hobbies are. Cause like I've seen people throw like close to $5,000 plus for like their computer setups. And like they would throw like for the ultra wide and everything. And plus like on all them people who gave their kidney to the Chinese government to get a 3080 from like their fucking warehouses. And you see right there, of course.
I'm not saying Bandy did that, but she definitely did that.
I did that.
I'm just saying she did. Yeah.
It's like really one of those weird things because like you know how like money's sort of tight nowadays, and like especially with like how the economy scaled to like you know with inflation and everything going on around. Like it's still kind of weird like how people no matter what, like especially depending on their hobbies, like they'll shell out the money. And they won't even give it a second thought. But then when they go to the grocery store, they're like, should I get the lactate or should I get the whole milk today? Like, which one should I get? Like,
that's me.
It's called
really
free shipping.
Like, so interesting.
It's called free shipping, Dennis. That's why that happens.
Amazon Prime is bullshit, bro. Now
there are these shirts that are at my work, and I bought one for my not my coworker for Koopa recently, actually for his birthday. And I bought him one of those shirts because it was like a Rocco's Modern Life shirt. Okay. Right? Exactly the type of shirt that he would wear. Fits the aesthetic perfectly, you know, like the kind of stuff that he normally wears. Like Rocco's was his favorite cartoon, blah, blah, blah. And that shirt, I mean, I got a discount on it, but at retail price, that shirt, $65. Because everything in that place is over.
Slow down there, whoa.
Because everything in that place is overpriced. By the way, Bandipat, do not be afraid to use your soundboard if you want to. Me and Dennis are all for it. Like, dude
65.
There you go. Yeah.
65 for a fucking t-shirt.
Oh, the best part is I wanted to get him the shorts that went with it too. The shorts also 65.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm dead serious. I'm not gonna talk about it like but everything.
That's true AAA title games right there. That you are paying for a piece of textile.
It's near a theme park, and you know theme parks, everything there is overpriced. You know, like those things have those fucking problems. But I got a discount on it, which is good. And those were actually the same price online, apparently, right? But if you buy it online, you're willing to you're buying a gift for somebody, you need it by a certain time, waiting for the delivery. You're willing to spend that much more if you get the free shipping on it. I know for a fact that I've spent way more money on playing cards than I should have because I knew if I spent a certain amount, I'd be like, oh, free shipping. Like, not even fucking realizing I just spent way more than I would have had I paid for the shipping, but nobody wants to pay for the shipping. They want to pay additional money for the extra bit of product that they get. When you're in person, Dennis, and you're buying your avocados to put on your avocado toast like the good little fucking millennial that you are, it's different because you're seeing the money leave your card. Avocados. You're seeing it leave. I fucking love avocados. Are you kidding? I'm millennial as fuck. I try to eat. Oh, you don't like avocados? You fucking
I don't like Cubans, bro.
Well, me neither. What's your point?
David is a self-hating Wonder Bread Cuban.
I am a self-hating fucking Wonder Bread. I mean, Cubans, they come as light as me or as dark as LeBron. I've said that like
it really is.
Times.
Oh my god,
it is such a wonder too, because like I think that's like across the board
for
any sort of nationality. Like everyone hates the other if they're like not the same exactly as them. It's the same.
Well, you know, the Spaniards brought the slaves to the island, and then the Cubans banged the black people and turned them into Latinos, and then they fucking
but some of y'all like kept it within yourselves because like I see nothing but white Cubans half the time, anyways.
Listen, motherfucker, there was a whole
I don't know what to tell you.
There is a whole island of people that look just like me.
I know, and I want to punch them both.
Maintain this level of fucking physical perfection. Don't be jealous.
I want to go to Havana and punch
How y'all
them.
enjoying the show so far?
I hope you're all enjoying it. By the way, now that we're done talking about the recency of, now that we're done like with the obligated part of our show and talking about the recent shit that our guest has done, let's advance to what Bandipat's, let's advance to what her background is reminding me of. Gamers and gamettes. This morning I took a shit, right? And
beautiful story.
No, it is it's not a very beautiful story because let me tell you something. I'm having a problem.
Was it beautiful shit?
No, it wasn't. And...
Oh no, the story sucks.
Oh no,
the story shit. Fuck you, David. You wasted our times out here.
Take that crap back. Just.
I wish I could have taken it back just like that because oh my god, it got. It was green.
What did you eat? Did you eat Lucky Charms?
It was green.
I got green.
The reason I'm bringing that up right now is because I'm reminded of Bandy's background. A lot of green in that the chair is green LEDs that are underneath the drum set. Everything is green. Everything is green up on that bitch.
It's the best color.
Ooh. Oh, whoa. Can you put that back on the camera again? Whoa. Yeah. Oh, guys, my God.
Is that a Game Boy? It's a Game Boy Advance with the buttons, I believe modded, right?
That is hot.
Ooh,
let me show you
green
something real quick.
buttons, A, B, L and R, D-pad, start and
IPS
select.
Display.
My ex got me this years ago for my birthday. It's one of those see-through Game Boy SPs with like a bigger backlight and everything,
cover.
and the buttons are shit. Fuck my ass. Is the call? Hold up. Is the
David's
call
ex, if you watching this,
he
just disrespected you like big time.
And if she's watching this, it's not with the same feeling that we like to provide with it. I just dropped the fucking thing on my keyboard.
Okay, if you dropped that on keyboard, that's fine. Like
I didn't close the call.
No,
okay,
yeah,
we're good.
Fine. You good.
Okay, so point is my asshole, right? That's what we're talking about. And back to the important shit. It was green. I don't think I've ever had a green shit before. It literally like it came out in such a fiery way too. On top of that, I literally felt like I was just fucking Luigi for a second, just taking like a green shit. And I need to ask, and both of you, since both of you have been since
Mario.
Wario dies while eating spicy Cheetos and taking a shit on the toilet.
If the new Mario movie if the new Mario movie doesn't have a scene of Luigi taking a massive shit, I'm not gonna watch it.
I have a feeling that like the background characters that he's gonna voice is gonna be like Wario. That Charles Martinet, like be like, oh, Charles Martinet doing additional voices. He's in there too. That Wario and Waluigi are gonna be in it, like a very small cameo at the end, and
oh yeah, he has.
That's
to.
it.
He has to. He's like the Stan Lee of that whole fucking universe. He has to be in there.
No, of course.
He has to make his cameo at least once.
Well, and since both of you have been doctors for like 47 years, right? I need to ask in your like medical expertise, is that normal? Is that something? Is this something you eat? Turn your shit right?
It's not normal, but it happens every now and then. It also just means like whatever you ate wasn't prepared well. It could mean
I ate some diner nachos.
Yeah, okay, definitely not.
Multicolored chips, right? The red and blue chips everywhere. Ooh. Fucking microwaved ass like teenage food. You know,
like fucking nachos we got at the movie theater.
Besides the drum set, like that also reminds me of Step Brothers. Every time I'm just looking at the background of like Bandy's webcam, I'm just thinking of that opera music. With my nutsack.
Yeah, David,
on your drum set.
I've had green poops before.
Have you?
Yeah, no.
I think we all have.
I know, yeah, at least once. Like I feel as if like you must be living like the Whole Foods, like Trader Joe's lifestyle if you haven't gotten like green poop at least once in your life. And
I don't think I have. I mean, I've shat out like.
I'll get it once. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've like had poop where like there was a little blood, and that's because like as a young gamer who sat down way too much than he should, he got a bunch of hemorrhoids on his asshole, and which is another one of many reasons why I think a man's ass is probably one of the ugliest things you will ever look at in your life.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously that's not objective truth. There's a lot of people who like men's asses.
Ass looks pretty nice. I'm just saying.
It's so hard for me as a straight dude. I'm a little caked up. For a skinny dude, I'm a little caked up. I won't lie. It makes no sense for me to have the buoyancy. You know why though? It's because like all
this stuff goes a bit to your gut, and then afterwards it just trails right to your ass.
Are you saying it's gonna go right to my thighs?
And then you blow up.
And then you fucking beat me to it. God damn it! I was gonna say the same goddamn thing.
The older you get, it just like
skip it up and down up.
Yeah, the older you get, it just like. When you're like a kid though, like it barely affects you if you're like moving around a lot. But like the older you get, and plus like the way we're sitting down a lot more often, like like it just kind of like I got nowhere to go except down, like here, and then in your glutes, your booty,
then your poots,
and your poots, yeah. Maybe to your thighs too, depending. But it's just like some people's genetics are just weird like that. Like girls who like have just. Like all their shit go to their ass and then to their thighs. It's like, what genetic lottery did you fucking win? Like everything just goes to those regions.
No, that's not bullshit. It's not genetics. I mean, Jessica literally told us she had a cream that made her titties bigger.
No, so she had honestly, a crystal.
No, it was both. You dinger.
David, that wasn't even an insult. I'm not even gonna accept that. You better do better.
I think it is that
not. That's not an insult.
No? I've been watching too much Randy. I guess I got my stuff confused.
That's like black people calling white guy cracker. It really doesn't affect them. They don't care. Like you gotta think of something better, man.
We still gotta see the Book of Randicus.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely down to do that. That's one of his specials that I haven't seen. I bought that
yet. So we could watch it.
Ooh, I'm definitely down. Let me know. Let me know when you're ready. I was pleasantly surprised to learn that you were a fan of Randall Feltface.
David.
Hello there. What's your name?
I told you. Did you watch the episode of the podcast that we had where I talked about when I went to see him?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, you did. So I don't need to tell you the story of how like he crowd worked me and made fun of my voice.
You were in the front too. Weren't
it was great.
My legs were literally on the stage. That's how close I was. I was just like kicked back, like watching him.
I'm gonna be able to put my arms on the stage in about a week. And
man. Yeah, because you're gonna go see. Why is the name escaping me? Weird Al, right? You're gonna see Weird Al again.
Nice.
You're a giant Weird Al fan, right?
Oh yeah.
And you've met him before.
Yeah, I still have the autograph on the wall.
Oh man,
get it actually.
You lucky bitch. You're lucky, yeah.
I'll do it again.
Yes, you're a fuck boy. That's from SpongeBob.
Oh, chicken time.
All right. Well, I guess one thing off the top of our head that we wanted to talk to you about, on top of speaking of things that you're a giant fan of Bandipat, Can you lift up your right sleeve for a second?
And then take
Face
off your
that
pants.
towards the camera. Oh, look at that. That is a Mr. Crash Bandicoot, isn't it, that we got on
Or
there?
this
That is,
one.
That is you have a
Whoa.
second? When did you get the second one?
Like 3 years ago.
David, are you actually
What?
friends with him? Are you even
I'm
friends with him?
I am friends with Bandipat.
You don't check out your friends' naked bodies, bro?
I've
even a
been
friend?
friends with I've been friends with Bandipat for like 47 years.
Actually, no, David,
okay?
you did see my naked body.
47 years to date.
47 years to this day.
You have seen my naked body, David. I just
Yours
realized.
when?
We went to that water park.
I didn't see you get changed. What the fuck?
No, you just saw everything except minus the nether regions.
What? That's not naked.
It's
That's
like half
not-
naked.
Naked implies I am witnessing a dick and balls in my cornea.
You've described.
That
you've
sounds
also-
painful.
David's also described.
don't knock
his,
until you
his,
try it.
David described his cock and balls so often in my entire time of being friends with him that I don't even need to look at it anymore.
What are
So,
you
like, kinda
talking
know.
about?
Like I already just like I have a good enough picture of like the hog he's like got under there. So it's just kind of like I don't need to see it. Like
yeah,
I
that's a
like
good
that-
point, actually. When are you going to start describing your dick and balls to me? Because I don't think you've ever done that.
All I ever just said was that it's not as impressive as yours. Is all I'm saying.
They called me the hubcap.
I think that means you and I
David,
have to have
on
a
a
battle for honor.
lineup, you will get picked 8 out of 10 more times, probably.
I don't want to get picked out in a lineup by my dick.
No,
that
like,
implies something.
If like a girl's line, whatever, like you know what I mean. Like I'm not saying like freaking Fleece Johnson, the Booty Warrior, is gonna pick us out on a fucking lineup.
Just grab it and lift.
Yeah, by the cock, it just like lifts it up. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, I know.
Smash back and forth.
Oh, I know who you are, Bandipat. Or should I say, Bandipat on my dick? I don't have anything for
Bandina.
that one. Or should I say, I don't have anything for that one. Fuck.
David, you are terrible.
We did one. No, we did one for Randy Feltface once, and it was way better. It's like, oh, I know who you are, Randy Feltface. Or should I say, Randy Fuckface.
Hey!
Now I likes you, and I wants you.
Cut my fucking hair.
Whatever. Okay, so speaking
No,
of
we can do
fucking
this the
things,
easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
The hard way.
Hard.
The choice is yours.
Choice is yours.
Oh, I see you want to do it the hard way.
The choice is yours.
You have to say it as if like a pelican. It's like you have to drag it out. It's like, Yep, makes it sound as if like Big Bird is gonna fuck you, like from Sesame Street. I'm gonna fuck you. Oh.
speaking of things that Bandipat is a giant fan of,
Big Bird.
Big Bird.
God, we have not had an episode this derailed in a long time.
It's the morning. It's the morning, and it's hump day.
Yeah.
We're allowed to be a little.
Hump day. You have Crash Bandicoot on your arm. We're gonna ask a question that we formulated together.
Oh boy.
You, as a gigantic Crash Bandicoot fan, how do you feel about the future of Crash?
Oh yes.
Knowing that Microsoft,
Has acquired.
in its fucking entirety, has purchased Activision Blizzard. Do you think they're gonna make a new game for him at some point? Do you think they're gonna mismanage him? Do you think they're gonna mismanage him worse than Activision has? How do you? Oh, your face doesn't look good.
Oh no.
Your face looks really bad. I'm
I'm
not
trying
gonna
to
lie.
let him speak.
That's
Let him
something
speak.
I've-
Oh, you're just trying to think. You looked sad. I thought you
Yeah.
were about to be like,
Okay.
you look how they massacred my boy.
Look how they massacred
boy.
my boy.
You killed my boy.
It's like Crash. Like
I was
Oh,
never really
boy.
able to. I was never able to formulate an opinion on the matter because when it happened, all I saw was the entire Crash subreddit absolutely losing their minds.
Oh.
That sounds
But-
like a subreddit thing
And-
to do.
These are the same people who screamed because the color of the grass in Spyro Reignited was a different shade of green. So
Okay.
And I know a thing or two
Those
about
are-
shades of green, as we've established.
I actually have a question for that real quick. Just because, like, was the reaction like down the middle, or was it just like fucking pandemonium. Just like nobody thought this was good news like at all. Like
It was chaos.
It wasn't even down
It was
the middle.
absolute chaos.
Really? I expected
personally
like people to be like celebrating in there, be like, "Oh my god, under new management, maybe that means Crash."
But
It was mainly people who people like making the assumption that he was going to be Xbox exclusive, which the Sony fanboys really hate. They hate
That's a good
Crash's
point.
multi-platform to begin with.
that is true.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're right.
And David,
Oh fuck.
remember that Microsoft has plenty of other IPs that are underneath umbrella, and a lot of those IPs haven't made jack shit in the entire time that they've made.
No. Microsoft is one of the worst companies at making intellectual properties. That's why they just buy them.
Yeah.
They buy intellectual properties, buy them again, buy them
it's
again,
like
buy them again.
throwing
They let
them in a
people
shed.
horribly mismanage their IPs when they make Netflix shows for $10 million an episode of people who didn't even play the fucking games. We're talking about Halo for that show.
Yeah.
All of that. And apparently it already got renewed for a second season.
Yeah. Oh,
Before no, listen to me. Before the show aired.
I know.
Before the show aired, it got
know,
picked
I
up
know.
for a second season. Who in the fucking boardroom? Like you showed it to like a fucking focus group or whatever, and they like people who also never saw Halo and they liked it so much and be like, second season.
And you also know they didn't bring anybody in from 343. Like the game company that makes Halo games, they didn't bring a single one of those fuckers in there and like even just like had them like see what the show looks like and all that. And
Yeah.
because to be fair, like I mean, my thoughts on it is that like when you're a showrunner, like why did you have to do a Halo show? You could have made a Starship Troopers ass fucking Battlestar Galactica looking fucking show without Master Chief in there. You could have done that perfectly fine, but you just had to do it Halo. But you're not even gonna follow what makes Halo Halo.
Would we
Like,
sit here and talk
It just makes no
about it?
sense to me that like of all things you just had to do it this way.
Would
And you don't
we
even
sit
bring
here?
anyone that knows the games. Like, come on. Like,
Would we sit here and talk about it if it wasn't the Halo show? Even just a vent about it.
that is true.
No.
Oh,
They
that is
slap Master Chief on it. Oh, we got a whole audio. Oh, the Master Chief. The
Hey, you
Halo
just got a
fans
lot
are
of
gonna
people
watch.
angry. But that's PR regardless. Anger's
Is
still
something.
PR regardless. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly. We're sitting here
yeah.
talking about it, aren't we? Fucking stupid.
all right,
But,
we're not gonna give any more of it our time.
Yeah, no. If anything, I'm gonna extend my hand out to the webcam right now because I have to shake Bandipat's hand, cause she told me Crash is never gonna be in Smash, and genuinely, we're done with the Fighters Pass now. Sora was the last one. We're both jacking off in front of our webcams right now.
I'm just here in the corner, just looking at you two.
That's like watching from the scenes. Hey, she's taken. She's a taken.
Sorry.
Sorry. How dare you? Yeah, cause I really believed. I didn't guarantee that it was gonna happen or whatever, but if Crash got in, I wasn't gonna be surprised. And Bandipat said over and over again, it's never gonna fucking happen. It's never gonna happen. And I guess I didn't put 2 and 2 together on the fact that like, oh, Activision. I guess I didn't think about that, did I? They're not gonna. I don't think Nintendo no touchy sucky fucky. That company good, no good. We stay away. We stay far away. We stay far away from that company.
I like to think though that Crash and a bunch of others was on that list of Sakurai's, but he just going down it like, and obviously like he's not gonna want to associate himself with fucking Activision of all.
Yeah,
people.
eventually it was confirmed, that there were a lot of characters who were not even just considered, that were planned to be like in Melee and in Brawl way back in the day, but were just cut like due to development time and stuff. Like Wario was going to be in Melee. There's a couple other ones off the top. King Dedede, I think, was another one. Lucas was going to replace Ness,
King
I think,
Dingo.
way back then. And Brawl was going to have a bunch of old different characters as well, like Toon Zelda, Plusle Minu, Dixie, I think was planned, stuff like that.
Oh, shit.
And then they just got cut due to development time. So I'm anxious to see, like, however many years down the line, if they come back and be like, oh yeah, like we made a whole model for Crash and everything, but then Bobby Cockdick just started raping people, and we didn't want to give we didn't want to give we didn't want to give him the ability, have that character in there, you know what I mean?
And also everyone knows like how Nintendo cares for their image as well, like especially towards the public. So like
I care
Yeah,
so
probably.
much.
Yeah, definitely that was never gonna happen. I still wish
that was so genuine.
Wait.
It's just like that was so genuine. I love you so much. Look out! All I can picture is that you as the Godfather of Bandy. You're just like, oh, look how they massacred my boy.
You can't even do a decent Marlon Brando.
Look how they massacred my boy.
That's not how he said it in the thing. I was trying to fit the actual intones. I can't do a sad Marlon Brando, okay?
Okay. I'm sorry.
You come to me on the day of Crash Bandicoot's anniversary.
Sounds like Al Pacino.
You're trying to get. You're gonna give me some directions here,
Al
Mr.
Pacino.
Casting Director. You want to fucking like?
Be better.
Oh, should my intones be a little higher? Oh, your
No, be
pitch needs to
better.
be a little lower, a little bit.
Just be better.
Yeah, you'd fit right in Hollywood. You fit right in Hollywood, you fucking piece of. Yeah, have you tried being better?
Can you imagine like the vocal?
You're like those
coaches?
fucking racist, like, casting directors who try to make them sound like, like more like ethnic on there. Just be like, that was good. Can you add a little spice to it?
Yo, the language that the people speak would piss me off so much. Can you sound a bit more Asian? It's like, the fuck? Like, well, you want me to do this? Like, like ni hao ma, like thinking guantan soup lo mein? Like, what the fuck you want me to say? But it's like also like,
Look how they massacred my boy.
Oh, look at how they massacred my boy.
I settled all family business today.
Leave the guns. Take the noodles.
I guess my stand on the whole thing is whatever happens happens.
This is why we had Bandy on the show. Just to let you all know real quick, Bandy literally wanted to be on this episode specifically because it is episode 69.
Because of
And I am mature.
It's
I am the most. I am extremely mature, and that for no other reason.
Literally the last time we had her on the show, it was the same thing. It was the soundboard. We just weren't able to keep on touch with a single fucking topic the whole
Her
time.
finger slipped.
I have
her
curse. I am cursed.
Are you? No.
Oh yeah.
No.
But
Everything about you, you are you, and that is special.
Aw.
But back to your thoughts. I'm curious as to like thing.
Crash.
What you may think about like that acquisition real quick.
Whatever happens is really it. I am confident that there is more to come in the future, considering the remake sold like hotcakes.
Yeah.
And Crash 4 came out. It was a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't see any reason why they wouldn't keep on, why they wouldn't keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does happen to be that new projects are like Xbox or PC exclusives, temporarily, then who cares?
The people who I'd say that the people who care would probably just be the big Crash fans who, waited outside of the Walmart for about 5 hours for someone to come out with a PS5 so they could shank them in their Achilles tendon and then acquire said PS5 from the shopper.
The same people who are still screaming because Crash is not Sony exclusive anymore.
That's so interesting.
They're
'cause
really
I feel
like bent out of shape of that?
Yeah.
Like, because of that?
Oh yeah.
That is so weird to me. What the
They gotta really, really, really love Crash then, because that is how I would feel if Microsoft actually somehow did acquire Nintendo like they tried to in the early 2000s. Because the thing that happened is that it wasn't just going to be Microsoft, like, putting everything over and then Nintendo was going to get to keep doing what they would do. No, they wanted Mario to be on Xbox. And when they said that in that meeting,
they were laughed away.
They literally got laughed out of the room. Out of the fucking room. Like, that was a... Wow. Because, I don't know how exactly Microsoft would have treated him. With all due respect to Crash, he's not as big of an IP as Mario is, but to the hardcore Crash fans, like he still means a lot to them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And he's a treasured IP, like you said. The game sold well. Everybody still loves Crash. I remember the early Crash games. Like I remember playing Crash 3 at like my friend's sleepover and being like, "This game is fucking underrated as shit. This is so much fun. Like the platforming is so fluid. Like the overworlds are so creative and immersive. I love it. Yeah, and the game's challenging too. Like just last night." late at night, this is how I prepared to wake up early in the morning to do a podcast. I was just playing Star Fox 64 for no reason, just to test to see if my N64 still works. Here's the thing with games back when like we were young. All right, Star Fox 64 was fucking hard. The game was hard. It really was. I was doing the full hard path. I was going from Sector Y to Aquas to Zones, like to Sector Z. Like I was doing the whole actual hard route. I was trying to fucking get to the hard boss of Andros because that game has multiple pathways and multiple endings. I fucked up once. In the entire fucking run, I fucked up one time. You know what happened? In the level that like right before you get to Venom, I let Slippy die. I didn't mean to, but I did, and it was an accident because like I hated like the what's the word, the all range mode, because it's so hard to see what was going on and like turning around in the right spot, and there's like 5 different things you have to do at the same time, and if you didn't do all 5 things, guess what? You got the fake ending, bitch. You didn't actually kill Andros. He's probably out here fucking like beating the shit out of your father inside while you speak. It's different back then, and the early Crash games were the same way. Some of those sections of the game were genuinely challenging, and the remakes reflected that, and it's nice to see that here in 2022 that there is still an audience for that, you know?
I think it also goes to show that, like, you know, the moment games started to put, like, full-on, like, tutorials in their games made me feel as if, like, that was when maybe something sort of shifted, because, like, most of the games that we grew up with, especially from like old PlayStation and then even like Nintendo, we didn't have tutorials. It just kind of threw us in there and was like, hey, yo, go nuts. Like, especially for like Super Mario 64, it's like I didn't get no fucking tutorial. Like maybe some camera control shit. Other than that, it was just like, all right, go. Like, beat the shit out of these, like, you know, stumpy ass motherfuckers, and like, you know, throw Bowser off the fucking damn like platform. Like, it didn't really tell you anything. It just said like, hey, you, go. Do what you want. And then same for Zelda and even like Star Fox. Like Star Fox, I would hate Star Fox if it had a fucking tutorial, honestly. Like
they implement it just differently, you know. It's just like try a somersault, use the boost to get through, and like
but
stuff like that.
Tutorial though, that's just like them like kind of giving you little helpful tidbits. Tidbits and then tutorials are like completely like separate things though.
No, for sure.
It's
and
always
if anything,
bugged to be when games just hold your hand the whole
No,
way.
exactly, yeah. And it's the reason why like I loved like Breath of the Wild, because it's like it gave me that same vibe of like old Nintendo 64 games where it's just like, hey yo, go nuts. Literally, go nuts. Like literally Breath of the Wild just drops you in the middle of the world and says, go kill that stupid goblin thing and grab his stick and beat the shit out of that other goblin with his stick.
it means the developers have faith in their players.
Yeah.
That, you know, they want them to like have a bit of discovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some developers don't do that because they feel like they're marketing to idiots and they don't have faith that, you know, like gamers will like, you know, be able to figure it out. And that's a developer issue, you know. Yeah. That's on you to make the game more intuitive in that way where they don't need to have their hand held the entire time. You know, they want to have a part of it discovered. You're paying $60 for a game. You're not like paying $10, $20 for like movie tickets or whatever, where you are basically writing it as if the audience knows nothing, and like trying in a way that at the same time you don't want them to be handheld too much to the point where they feel stupid. Games are different because you're controlling the action, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need to do it in such a way that, you know, like you let them know what they have to do, but you don't just hold their hand the entire time, because they bought this thing to explore the world themselves, to discover it themselves, you know, like unless it's like a brand new type of game or whatever, you don't want to have everything explained to them immediately. But a lot of developers nowadays are just pissed scared that some players are just going to get like, in this market, in this economy too, that they're just going to get too frustrated immediately and then just drop whatever game they're doing for another one, since they have just so many other options nowadays. I think that's another reason why games back then were just less hand-holdy, because not only were some of them more expensive back then, believe it or not, the market wasn't as oversaturated with games as it is with all these millions of indie developers and all these like dumb bunch of titles coming out all the time.
That's true.
You had a Nintendo, you might have had a Sega, and you might have had a PlayStation, whatever. And like you had one of those things, your parents bought you a game or two for it, and that was what you played.
Yeah.
So,
or, you know, also like the big fat Xboxes from like way back when. But like,
yeah,
that was like a little bit after that time. Yeah. I still have it too, but it's like, holy fuck.
I have mine too. It's modded.
It looks like a fucking VCR now at this point. Compared to everything else that we've had over the years, like, it's just like, 360, and then after that, like Xbox One, and then
Your
also
modern
have the
console,
Switch as well.
more
PS3s.
powerful than Xbox. Tiny and size of
PS3s,
hand.
I always had a problem with because they looked like fat DVD players. It just like that's what honestly a lot of people that I heard like use their PlayStations for, like just as DVD players, and then
That's
maybe
my
never-
360
Because I'm not
became-
going to lift the dang thing. Where is it?
Ooh. Oh, we're looking.
I don't think the wires are big enough.
Tragic.
What the fuck? David, we knew this.
Shut up! Don't say it! Don't say it! Don't say it! All right. Let's just say that our webcams are on. We'll let you guys at home figure out the rest.
But
Nothing showed.
I know
Nothing showed.
It's still funny because the brutal honesty of like waking up in the morning doing a podcast. I'm not wearing pants. Like you
Dude,
know, fuck.
dude,
I
work
usually
remote,
don't unless I'm going somewhere. Like, what's the point?
and I also work remote. I don't wear pants. What the fuck for? They're not gonna.
I don't
see
know.
me.
For me, it's different. I have such big fucking. I mean, so does Bandipat. But I feel like so like. I forgot how tall she is too. I don't know. I just feel more complete. Like I'm ready to go forward with my
that's
day,
fair,
knowing
that's
I'm fully clothed. If I'm
Fair
sitting in
enough.
my underwear, and I'm sweating my fucking little hairy ass cheeks in this gamer chair. You know what I mean? I just feel like I feel nastier. You know what I mean? I feel nastier. You know what I mean?
But if I also know that there's,
Nasty.
like I got nothing going on for today,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't wear pants. If I'm just gonna stay home all day, like let's say one day, I'm not wearing pants. But it's like if
Yeah.
I have shit to do, then like okay, fine. Like I'm gonna like if I gotta clean up the house and stuff like that, okay, like I better put on pants and shit. But like as soon as I'm done, I just take them off.
One big fetish of mine, I'm not gonna lie, is being able to just walk up like to your partner, just completely fucking out there, hard cock in hand, and like knowing that's all you have to do, like to get her to want to fuck. Because that's
Fair.
The naked
like,
man.
That's the dream of mine of being, if like that's what being married is like. Fuck, that sounds amazing. I'm not going. I mean, I know myself. I am definitely like a one woman kind of guy. Like I prefer to be in a relationship. I'm not like a fuckboy that can just go out and just. I mean, I'm a fuckboy in training. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not the kind of guy who just like sleeps. Oh, sleep with a different girl every night. Blah blah blah. Statistically, married people have like 90% more sex. Shocker, probably because there's someone that they could just fuck whenever they want. I don't know. So
Oh, there's such a thing as a dead bedroom too.
well, I mean, true, but I mean that's
I know.
something
I'm
you
just
gotta
saying.
work
There's
out
always
that's
like
important in marriage.
just gotta like go.
So for me, with the exception of that, I prefer to just be clothed around the house. Like if it's something where you're just like the musk, the aura of sex is just prevalent and present in your relationship in that sphere, and y'all can just literally walk around like that, and then you just run into each other in like the laundry room or whatever, and you bump uglies for a bit, and then like 10. Like maybe like 3 hours later, you bump into each other in like the fucking hallway, just moving like some baskets or whatever, and then, oh, hey, we're still both naked. And then like easy peasy, no words necessary. It's
20 seconds later, you get back to your regular routine.
Yeah.
exact 20 seconds. Holy
I actually have something
someone's
to add.
feeling optimistic.
I have something to add to what David said because like I went to Korea for like about 2 weeks and a half, like a good maybe I think it was at this point 2 years ago, and we stayed at like an Airbnb in Seoul, and there was a time when it was me and my girlfriend we just were naked in the
Yeah.
Airbnb like the whole fucking day, like we just straight up like no clothes, like we even had like breakfast and lunch like just right then and there, and
Dude,
like
it's broken.
it's some of the most liberating shit that like I've
Right?
ever done in my life, and
You get what I'm saying?
and it was so weird because like literally after like I just got out of the bathroom, right, just still buck ass naked, it just like walked to the kitchen and just like made myself a little something, and there was a convenience store, and like convenience stores are really big in Korea. Like there was one literally like right downstairs from us, and like I just went and like not naked, but like I just went in and like just grabbed like a couple of like snacks and some meals, and I just went back up and I just took off all my clothes again like as soon as I walked through the threshold. Like it was I think really like, yeah, if you could like like as David said before, yeah, it's broken as fuck. Like it's too OP.
Should have just walked in, nothing on. Good morning, Krusty Crew.
Good morning, Krusty Crew.
I can't do that in Korea. They probably stone me. Like,
Dude, that's low key. I'm not like into exhibitionism completely. If I was with a girl that was kinky enough to do it, then maybe. But like, I low key want to try like I would if it wasn't just only old people that go to those things. I would low key want to try like going to a nude beach.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like I would want to do that with her once, but they're usually at those nude beaches, unless you're at like a resort that's like kinky or known for that, which I don't think most people go to.
The orgy beaches.
I think they frown upon fucking on the beach. People do it. No, people do it and they don't care. But like they frown upon that. Like the lifeguards come around, they'll be like, "Oh, really?"
And you can't really even.
You know, I have to clean that.
Yeah, and not to mention, like you can't even be sneaky about it. Like you could try and like be the most like you could be Sly Cooper with that pussy and like you still will get like like you'll still like everyone will know what the fuck you're doing. Like everyone will know. Like
Sly
even
Cooper,
a person
like Slide Cooter.
like even people like a couple yards away from you will know exactly what the fuck you're doing if they just see like this little part like nudging a bit on the towel. Like everyone knows what the fuck you're doing. It's like there's no way you could possibly like hide fucking. Like there's no way, especially in
It's
public.
lotion, I swear.
Like, you could even like I don't know. Maybe there's like some people like especially I don't know. I thought like oh maybe what if you bring a tent? Like everyone knows what you're doing if you bring a tent to the beach. Everyone knows what you're doing, bro.
Bandy,
Obviously.
Bandy, being in a tent. It's kind of like being in a tent.
Yes.
Well, speaking of that,
Where the
I'm very
fucking hell is Shadow?
grateful. Where is Shadow? That's how I felt like when, as soon as they announced Echo Fighters in Smash Brothers, like, and they like, that was my first thought. I was like, where is Shadow? where is Shadow?
Does anyone actually use that?
That was me and Dennis during the whole fucking Sonic 2 movie. When we were in the theater the whole time. That was me and not even kidding. We were talking to each other the whole time. Like, where is Shadow?
I even spoiled it early.
is Shadow?
I spoiled it early for David.
He did.
And like, and I felt kind of bad because like I did want like that surprise, but we were still like as soon as he showed up, we
knew
were,
it
like,
was gonna happen.
I know.
Like,
but like the like raw surprise. At the very least, like kind of was a little mitigated, but I was still like, yes! Like, you know, as soon as I saw
Like
him
the
on
instant
screen.
they were talking about a secret project, the whole theater, they knew what was coming.
they knew. They
Yeah.
knew. Surprised
And,
we
like-
got Shadow before Metal Sonic, like Koopa said a few weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, but still,
Oh
whatever.
Yeah.
that's true. Like, but I mean, if
yeah.
this third one does well, like they could always just bring him in. Honestly, they have so many of the other characters still like remaining from the Sonic universe that like, hey, if this movie does well, then fuck, like throw every one of them in there. Fucking why not?
Speaking of sex on the beach, I want to say that
Wow, what a transition there, David.
I'm just making off.
Good job.
I was going to say that I remember. I'm glad that Bandy, feels comfortable enough with me that she was able to tell me certain things about herself. Like I remember a long time ago, like she came out to me as bi some time ago, and I said that on the last time we had her on the show, and I just felt really flattered that she felt comfortable enough to tell me that, and I have seen the growth of this person through such a long time and through so many periods of her life that I would just in a way, you're not like my child anymore. You've surpassed me in like so many ways. I'm grounded now in who I am and what I want to do. But like you took a lot of things over the world by storm. Clone Hero. Working with Jason Paradise, making those amazing meme charts, which I used to listen to those all the time. Through the tables and memes. My God, that song is literally an anthem for the internet. It's an internet anthem. That's what it is. It's like a little
That's
song.
what it's become.
And despite everything, I'm glad you are proof that in order to receive love in this world, you have to be confident enough to be yourself. That's what a real partner wants in somebody, and I'm really grateful that you have somebody currently that, validates you and your womanhood in that way. Because, I understand I understand, like, how do I phrase this? This is tough. Because sexuality is such a tricky bitch. you know, I wish it wasn't. I wish it was more simple, but it's not. And because humans are just complicated creatures in that way, you know. I used to literally be in a love triangle with a woman and a trans woman, actually. And I'm 90% sure that the trans woman was into me, but I wasn't into her, you know, for the reason that I am not pansexual in that way. And she still hates me for that to this day because she was not a rational human being. And I want, you know, whatever she's doing nowadays, I want her to, despite everything about herself, I want her to be validated in her way, because a lot of people, you know, care about her and look up to her. Same with my ex. I try not to hold any bad blood towards those people. So, like, for you, Bandy, you know, like, I gotta be real, you know, like, when you first, are you comfortable with me talking a little bit about your transition? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I just want to make sure of that, because that's the last fucking thing I want to do is make nobody uncomfortable, unless your name rhymes with penis, and penis. Like, I remember when you came out
quiet the whole time and just letting David like do his thing, and he just comes after me anyway. Cocksucker.
Yeah, you know it. When you told me that you came out as trans, I wasn't really surprised. The thing I felt more than anything else is just, and I'm gonna say this in a way that is both true and in a way that is not the way that it's gonna sound like it is. I didn't care.
Fair.
I phrased it in that way, Bandy, specifically because I wanted to see your reaction. I hope you realize that. I meant I didn't
said it
care.
any better than that, huh?
Not only was I not surprised, but like I didn't care because Bandipat is still Bandipat. You know,
Yeah, it doesn't
like,
really change much.
She's still her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah,
and that's a comforting thing, because, you know, like, some people, whether they're younger or less mature or just part of like an older generation that isn't as open-minded to those kinds of things, they don't take that in that kind of way, you know, as Bandy can of course tell us for sure. And so I'm not even just really proud of you for, you know, going through and just really exploring yourself and being who you are. I'm proud of myself, you know, for being, you know, just for reacting to it in the way that I did. Not that, like, I'm anything special for fucking doing that, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, like, David's incredible. Look at him just treating people with basic human respect. God, I want to suck his dick so bad. And, like, no.
I'm taking sorry.
God.
Can you get visited by the booty warrior, David?
I've been waiting for the booty warrior for some time.
You need Fleece to pay you a visit.
She has... Who the fuck is Fleece? Oh, you meant, like, the fucking...
Yeah, the booty warrior. Do you remember
The booty warrior. Okay, my bad. God, I haven't watched it yet. The fucking point is, all right. The fucking point, and I said this the last time that you were on the show as well, when you were in a different stage of your life as well. I just want you to know that I'm really proud of you. You really overcame and you've been through and overcame so much, and again, you are living proof that, you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? The true way to life is to become, and it comes with age and it comes with enough exposure and experience, but the real way to get love in this world is to be confident enough to be yourself, because that's how you get self-love, which is how you attract outside love. And no matter what you are, who you are in your situation, like, you were brave enough to really be yourself, which is something that I cannot personally imagine. I've had it explained to me before, where it's just sort of like, you know, initially it's like feeling like before you're out about yourself, it's like feeling like you're wearing two left shoes, sort of like the whole time, where it just feels like you're like out of place in that way. So you got to understand that, you know, people out here are having human experiences, and if you can't understand somebody having human experiences enough to the point where, like, you feel like you can't understand giving them basic human rights, it just means you got a little bit of growing up to do, in my opinion, because it's pretty easy when you try, you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to before we wrapped here, I just wanted to say that, you know, as somebody like from my own experiences, you know, and having, you know, having trans women that I was really close with, but, you know, not in that romantic way, who, you know, some feelings were unrequited or whatever. I just wanted to say how happy I am for you that, like, you know, you have somebody who, like, validates you in that way, because, like, there'll always be somebody. somewhere. It's a big blue world that we live in out here. It's just it's our job to make it as good a place for everybody as possible, I suppose.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
We're gonna wipe away David's tears here, guys.
I'm not crying, you fuck.
David's quite the beta.
Why are your eyes wet?
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
not. You can't even see. What are you talking about?
David, do you need your little handkerchief? Need your little handkerchief, David? Oh, you need to wipe the little tears, David.
Do they look wet?
Yeah, they do.
Well, yes, they do, because if they were dry, they would be really
Bandy?
hurting.
See? She's on my side. See, David? Stop crying. Pussy ass bitch. Anyways. All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up today.
Shit.
We're going to be, this was kind of a bit of a early one. Sure, a lot of our brains were a little scattered today, but at the very least, yeah, we were at least happy to kind of get this one.
Y'all
out
have
to you guys.
brains? What's it like?
No, it's kind of like, it's like Gatorade. It's nothing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Where can I get one?
What flavor?
You want some electrolytes? It's good for you. David, you probably need some electrolytes then. If you're getting
I've actually been drinking a lot more Gatorade as of late.
Gatorade's honestly though kind of terrible. Like, because it's just straight
I
up
love
sugar.
Gatorade.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it tastes bad. I'm just saying that at the very least, it's like what it is and what people call it is not what people think it is. It's just a sugary ass drink. The very fact that you could get it at McDonald's like already tells you what kind of drink it is. What more proof do you need?
I didn't know you could get it at McDonald's.
Yeah, like, well, Powerade, whatever. Same shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that. I never go to McDonald's because I value my innards.
David,
Good.
come on.
I used to work there.
I was about to say, I'm sorry,
It's not
Mandy.
good.
David, don't lie to the audience. Come on, bro.
Like, if I wanted horse lips and ass meat, I could just go to a farm.
Yeah, if you wanted
Just motorboat one of the horses in the back and just,
go
take
to
a
IKEA and get their
big
meatballs if you want to get some horse meat. Oh no, that actually was like
When the moon hits your ass like you've smoked too much grass, that's amore.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna be wrapping up
When
today.
the moon hits your thighs like a Krabby Patty thigh, that's amore.
After David's little musical
When your
number here.
moon hits the knees and you mispronounce trees, set amore.
But yeah, it was a pleasure having Bandy with us today, and Bandy, I don't know you that well, but going forward, I can't say I'm proud of you because I don't know you that well, but at the very least, like I think what you're doing is very brave, and finding someone, like finding yourself is obviously like never a trivial thing. So I'd say like at the very least, like best of luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so guys, we're gonna be putting up our plugs right here on the
Hey,
top.
we have a guest, you bitch
And
titty fucker in a sack.
I know, but we come first. But
Mario, always goes first.
So yeah, you guys, you can check us out on Instagram and Twitter, not Facebook, because Facebook is gay. And we got Spotify, Google, Apple, a bunch of the other platforms you guys could check us out on if you don't prefer YouTube as your podcast platform. And then Bandy, please plug yourself in. Any sort of plugs that you want to tell the audience so they could check you out.
YouTube and Twitch, Bandipat. On my YouTube, I just upload what I want to upload. It could be whatever. Most of the time, it's just low effort stuff. Twitch, I play drums and I take requests, and often the chat likes to break me with Siva Gunner, which is always fun.
Oh, I remember I watched the highlight that you posted recently of what was that Silva Gunner one, the Siva Gunner one that got posted, the Kirby one. Oh, fuck. Dude,
That happens all the time.
I'm so glad that at a certain point you kind of just stopped even attempting to follow up with that. Because just I value my arms.
Just gave up.
Or, your wrists. Like,
I've had tendinitis once. I'm not doing it again.
Well, stay tuned Stay tuned for a couple of weeks. I mean, we're not one to normally tease guests on the show, but we are probably going to have Bandipat back on again after she sees Weird Al again to talk about her experiences. Because the unfortunate reality is that, one of the things that she wanted to talk about on the show when we came on was her seeing Weird Al again and, like, what that experience was like, if she got to meet him again, all this kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, she really wanted to be on episode 69 specifically. So we didn't have much of a choice there. So stay tuned in a couple weeks. It'll be like sort of what I was talking about meeting Randy Feldface and, how he made fun of my voice. And I don't know.
Hey, more time to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. guys.
Yay.
We're going to say
Sound like you
goodbye
hate
now.
me.
Yeah, so much.
I hate.
If
David hates Bandy, then I hate David by a huge margin.
Well, if Dennis,
You can't believe how much I hate you guys.
Well, Dennis, if you hate me, then guess what? Me too. Now I'm crying.
I mean, you've seen people silent cry.
This is Squidward Tentacles.
Like
I was wondering if I could cop some of that pineapple under the sea OG pack. Oh, and some grape swishers too would be nice. SpongeBob, what the fuck are we doing in the projects? Open up, bitch, I need my booth.
Bikini
The
Compton.
next Uncle Al over here.
But guys, that's gonna be our episode for today. Thanks for tuning in.
You
Love
see
you
that,
guys.
Jimbo?
Love you
It's a
guys.
duck.
That was too good.
Oh, dude, you
It's a
should see me. You should see my Hue Neutron when my voice is actually warmed up and I can reach like the higher register.
Yeah,
that
he
you
actually
normally
Oh my
talk.
god.
He actually can.
It's the morning, so watch. I'm gonna try so you guys can get one last cringe before we end. Today's episode. Give me something to say in Hugh's voice.
I like to stick bananas up my ass.
I don't know about you, Jimbo, but I like to stick bananas up my ass. It reminds me of a time before I knew who I was.
All right, Hugh, can you sign us out today?
We'll see you in your dreams. We love you. Oh me, oh my, how about some pie?
Ni hao. Bye.
Ni hao, Kai Lan.
Ni hao.
Bye.
Completely forgot about that show.
Oh yeah. All right, later.